Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a video on Bob Ross and the wild theory that he was maybe some sort of he liked to take people and take them to the other side of the earthly plane and maybe put them 6 feet under the ground. So I wanted to take a look and be like, I've heard this, I've seen a bunch of different people do different readings on it, or I've heard about them doing them. I've only watched one of them, and I'm like, this sounds like a crack of, well, shit. And I'm like, okay. I saw it pop up, and I'm like, let's take a look. Let's see what I see and figure it out for ourselves, shall we? So I did the reading, and y'all, this reading took a wild turn. I hope y'all are prepared, because I sure as heck wasn't. So with that, then, we'll get right into the video. But first, news and announcements. If you want to book a personal reading with me, website link down below in the description box. Otherwise, YouTube members join $3 a month, access to exclusive readings like this early, and a bunch of other cool perks. Description, pinned comment for that. Otherwise, disclaimer, reminder, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, with that, thank you so much for listening to me, and I will see you guys in the video. Hi everyone and welcome to the video. So we're going to be looking at Bob Ross today, and was he secretly some sort of mass murderer? Is he someone who went, because there's this giant rumor going around. I've seen it, maybe not a giant rumor, but there's a rumor. It's like he had all this stuff going on. He was this nasty, well, not nasty, he liked taking off people, going to the other side, and then he painted his butt up where he buried them, or where the bodies were stashed, and that's what his paintings were. I don't know. I've heard lots of rumors, I've heard lots of theories. I'm not sure how or why any of those kind of came about. It's what I get, initially from just my perspective, I'm coming in with this just sounds like a bad, this just sounds like a joke, and now it's been kind of popped up and then it's kind of just been ran with. So I just want to take a look at, was Mr. Bob Ross actually someone who tried to who took out people to the other side? Was that what he did? The Empress card reversed. So we know Mr. Bob Ross for his happy trees. Let's make happy trees, right? With the World card reversed here, I am just getting from his initial things, he wasn't that much of a let's do the happy kumbaya my lord type of person. That's not who he was. He seems to be a little bit more cold, a little bit more distant than maybe the persona of the Bob Ross character he portrayed on TV as. It's who he portrayed himself as on the TV show is not who he really was behind the scenes. Why are we seeing this? Why? Because we weren't letting go of things. So I heard the rumor, this was a rumor, I don't know, people were just putting things in my comments, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, let's take a look. But so we have the Hanged Man here. So is there unresolved trauma that he went through? Was he in war? What? Because I think I read he was some sort of badass Navy SEAL or something. And what I get here is he's a very cold and distant person because of things that he has not been able to let go of. He's not able to let go of things that he has seen or done or heard. There's just things that he's not been able to let go of. From a material standpoint here, we have the Page of Cups reversed. He wasn't unaware of him being distant. He's very self-aware, but it's again, he just doesn't have the emotions to give. Even if he wanted to give them, he just couldn't. Because it's I just don't have any. I just don't have any to give. And I'm trying to figure out if this is I'm not here to mentally diagnose anyone or anything. But I'm trying to figure out here if this is something that he was just innately born with, or if this is something that came born out of trauma or of having to cope with the situations and things going on around him. We'll take a look. Because also over here, the hopes and fears, I just don't have any love to give. He was a very, very cold person. But he emulated a lot of emotions. It's really weird how oh gosh, what this reminds me of. So I did I can picture the guy in my head. Why can't I think of his name? Michael Jackson, that's who it is. Frickety frick frack. Michael Jackson, in that reading, it was like there was I picked up on this entity, but like the entity couldn't feel things, but it wanted, it's like it couldn't feel emotions, so it just did things, but it wanted to feel, but it couldn't. And like that's what I'm getting here. And I'm not saying that like Bob Ross is like possessed or anything, but it's like he can't feel emotions. He's so disconnected from them. However, if you look at any of his like tutorials and his happy trees, it's like he emulates, it seems like, this kind, this caring like nature to him, right? This is weird. Unseen obstacles here. Ace of Swords for him. He was really good at schmoozing people. I'm getting like Ted Bundy vibes here. Am I saying that he axed people off to the other side? No, but I am getting here like just his general characteristics of things. He was very smart, very intelligent. If I would have to say, he is a... Oh, which one is it? Is it a psychopath or a sociopath that just can't feel emotions? But they emulate those emotions. And yes, it feels like... what is it? I forget. Most serial killers are either a sociopath or a psychopath. But just because you are a sociopath or a psychopath does not mean that you are a killer. It just means that... It just, oh gosh. And that's what this kind of feeling, he was just too smart for his own self. He also had a lot of different options available to him in different ways that he could have taken his life, because he was so smart. Also, he was a man of many different talents. So it's like, what choice do I want to make? He had a lot of options available to him. He just wasn't going to be the Bob Ross happy tree person. I almost think too, like when he was painting and doing his tutorials, like that was a way for him to try and connect with his emotions, but it's like he could never fully connect with them. It's super odd. What was going for him? The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Bad luck, bad opportunity. Just in his life in general. There was a lot of things that have gone wrong in his life that I think caused him to almost have this mentality of just shutting down. There aren't any emotions there. Or if there are emotions, it's so very faint. Was he, like, what is his childhood like? Because his childhood feels weird, messed up, not a good upbringing. Lots of yelling, lots of chaos is what I'm seeing in my head from just like a childhood perspective. Here in the past, the star, this wasn't a side of him that he liked bringing out. The star reverse is like, I want to keep this hidden. I want things to not be brought to light. My star power, my fame, my power, my fortunes, we're just going to keep a part of that hidden beneath what it was. And then here in the future, the Five of Pentacles. So for him, I don't know if he, like, when he passed, if he passed and he didn't have a lot of money, but there's a sense here for the Five of Pentacles. It's like there was something that was under lock and key, whether that was something that was within himself. There was some information, it feels like, that he took with him to the grave. I don't know what this information is. I'm going to pull from my True Crime and Conspiracy deck just to see what this might all be. But there's information that he took with him to the grave. Five of Pentacles, you see this person is like, I'm kind of looking down, I'm worn out, I'm tired. But there's the key to the door, the key to get inside, the key to more information, the key to X, Y, and Z is right there. So I don't know also if, like, when he passed, when his estate, if there was like a lockbox or a like safety deposit box somewhere, and there was a key, and it's like, do not open unless under XYZ circumstances. And it's like, I don't know if he had stuff written down, I don't know if there was things going on like that, but there's something that he was writing about or he talked about that has been under lock and key. But there is I'm seeing a physical manifestation. There's something physical or tangible that he left behind, but no one has either opened it, or I think people know about it, but they know not to open it until X, Y, or Z date is what I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm not getting, like, that wasn't a very straightforward answer of, was he that or not? I'm just trying to get into, like, who he was as a person, and who he was as a person is just a very cold individual. So before I take a look at that, I want to take a look at his childhood, because his childhood was, there seems to be like some sort of incident in childhood, or I want to take a look at his childhood, his like late teens, early 20s, and then just who he was when he did his big his big painter thing, or when he became like the Mr. Bob Ross that we all know and love. So let's take a look here at what this may be. So, but yeah, like, because what I'm getting is he's just a cold individual, even though, because he was great at emulating others, good at emulating others. Okay, let's take a look here. So we have his childhood. He walked on eggshells a lot. He had to walk on eggshells a lot, but he always was coming. He was a really, like I said, a really smart kid. Page of Pentacles here. He was always coming up with some sort of idea, always wanted to do something. He had hopes, he had dreams and the such, wanting to start things anew. However, the challenge here, he never was listening to his, like, a higher intuition, a higher self. He was always disconnected. So when I look at this, do I get, like, psychopath, sociopath vibes? Yes. Just being like, I'm not connected to a higher self, a higher being. I'm like disconnected from everything. Walked on eggshells a lot. I do believe that, like, you know how, I don't know, this is just my personal opinion. It doesn't need to be true. It's just what I'm kind of seeing and or feeling. But yeah, I would give him as like, he's like one of those psychopaths. That's what this is giving me. Looking at his 20s, he had a lot bad luck, bad opportunity. Tower. So in his 20s, did he like experience, like, have times with like do drugs or something like that? Because with the Wheel of Fortune here reversed, it's like he had a lot of bad luck, bad opportunities, things that just happened, things that didn't happen, and like it really rocked his world or how he saw things. Because like, does he have a military background? I'm just gonna check really quick. Hold on. Okay, I just looked up. Yes, he was he was in the Air Force. So forgive me for being like, oh, he was a badass Navy SEAL person. No, he was in the Air Force. His time in the Air Force really changed him, but I think it also brought out different things. Like, I don't know what he all saw in the military, but it really changed him and his perspective on, because he was in for 20 years. There's something that went on in the military that was really weird for him, but it helped him find balance. I almost get here that, yeah, he had like this, I wasn't connected to certain people, places, and or things. But then in my late teens, early 20s, it's like he was able to find balance through bad interactions, bad luck, bad opportunities, and that rocked his entire world. So when it comes to like this, again, I get psychopath, sociopath vibes. It's almost like he was able to feel something during this point in time. It was either a I'm feeling something, or this is like the point where he was able to figure out how to balance back and forth. like balance how to emote or not emote. This was like a time for him where he really decided or figured out who he was and how to do things. Because he, at the end of it, he found balance within himself. And then we're kind of looking at his time when he started. Oh, does he have kids? I'm feeling he has kids. But he's showing up as the King of Wands reverse, which is someone who's kind of like cold, distant, overbearing, wants other things and anything and everything. Over here, we have the Queen of Wands, which is someone who kind of ignited passions in him or made him feel something. In between the two of them, it's a Page of Swords upright. So it's like this looks like a little family here. Where I really do think that he took a step back, but it's like he also found someone who could help, where if he couldn't feel those emotions, he could at least learn to emote them through this wife that it seems like he has, and the kid he loves too. But he is a very controlling, domineering individual. I'm just going to say that in my opinion. With the stuff in between here, it's just, this is someone who's like, new ideas, creative passions, and the such. That's what I'm kind of seeing. Anything else here? No. Okay. And that's what I'm just kind of seeing for him. I'm not seeing him being like this badass, oh, I'm going to take people out to the other side for the fun of it. No. But let's take a look. What was the inspiration behind his paintings? What inspired his paintings? Because we're just curious. What inspired his paintings? Because they're gorgeous. Like, they're gorgeous paintings. And, like, the landscape and scenery is just beautiful. I think someone did a time lapse of it that I've seen where it's like he's actually, where if you look at all the paintings, it's actually like you can go through all the paintings and it's like, it's almost like a journey through his paintings. So I want to take a look. What was the inspiration, or like what's kind of the energy behind these paintings? Why did he choose this kind of this scenery, this landscape? What was this kind of all about? So let's take a look-see here at what this is kind of all about. All right. Boop. 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 The Chariot. Reverse, though. This wasn't supposed to be a journey. This wasn't a journey of anything. It's like I'm stuck. I'm staying right where I'm at. Why is this the Queen of Cups? Because I'm not connected to my emotions. What? From financial influences here, or material influences here, I'm feeling, I've stepped away from feeling trapped. I'm seeing myself in the real world, not in my fantasies or in like what I've got going on. Hopes and fears here. I'm going to get away with something. The Justice card reversed. I'm getting away from justice. I'm getting away from people, places, and or things. Unseen obstacles. Four of Swords reversed. Hold on here. Challenge. Okay. So looking at the spread, what was the inspiration behind him painting? He couldn't go somewhere. He couldn't travel to point A or point B or wherever this was. It's like he couldn't go back. Why is this? Because I got to be emotionally disciplined. I can't, otherwise I'm going to be a raging bitch. There's someone who won't let me go back there. There's some sort of female here. It's like, I can't go back there. I can't go back there. Queen of Cups. From a material standpoint, it's like, I can't get there, but two, I've left that part of me behind. Or it's like, I haven't left that part of me behind, but it's like, I'm in the present now. I'm in the present. I'm not in the past. This was a way for him to deal with trauma of some sort. I don't know what sort of trauma he's because looking, it's like, because the hope here is I want to get away with something. He's looking to get away with something. Down here we see this Four of Swords, so we see this girl and she's in this nest. I see this as underground, something buried potentially if you just put something over the top of it. This person's like sleeping currently, and that's kind of the unseen obstacle. It's like there's something sleeping down here, but in reality it might not be breathing. Over here it's like I can't let anyone know this. The world would judge me. The world shouldn't know. The challenge here is I can't. The world knows. The world would know. The world can't know. What was going for him is he has the Ace of Swords reversed. Lies, deceit, deception. Here in the past, Six of Swords. I moved. I moved away. I left. Or like it's not that in the past. Like I left, so I can't go back. I left, so I can't go back. Here in the future, though, it's the Three of Swords upright, which is this is something that really hurt him. What other information do we have here? There is something, I don't know, like when we're looking at the inspirations, like he couldn't go back, so this is how he went back. It's like, yeah, I have the star power. I'm looking on this fondly. I have my family. This is like something I felt really, really fond of, or I thought really highly of. It brought me lots of like awesome, new, loving emotions. However, I'm still staying detached with the Queen of Swords, but I can't go back. It's like I'm halted in going back. Okay. Okay, that was the inspiration behind it. Okay. He can't go back, so he painted it. Okay, what did he leave behind? Because now I'm curious. What did he leave behind? Okay, sure, it's the landscape. We could see this as, okay, this is the landscape. Hold on. Do I grab this one? All right. So, no. Sorry. I'm like struggling with this one because it's like, it could legitimately be that, hey, I am leaving the landscape behind and I miss it so much, but I can't go back. Why can't he go back? What is preventing Bob Ross from going back to this location? Because there's something here that's like, he can't go back. Why can't he go back? Why can't he go back? Because I'm like, in his later time, especially when this came out, like he was pretty well set. He could have gone back any time that he wanted to. And I'm hearing, no, I can't. And I'm like, well, why can't you go back? So it's like, what did he leave behind? And why can't he go back? Because there's something there that he like, I can't go back. Why can't I go back? Why can't he go back? The Strength card. I gotta be stronger than this. I gotta stay behind my walls that I've built for myself. I'm stronger than this. I've decided to get rid of this burden. I've decided I have to walk away from this burden that it is. Oh my gosh, burdens, more burdens. He can't go back because I've walked away. I've packed my bags. The disappointments and everything. I'm going towards my happiness. I'm going towards what I feel good about. However, the unseen obstacle, the King of Pentacles, this is something he also is like, this is my spot. Did he ever say where this spot that he was painting was? Because there's some sort of possessiveness around it. When I say possessiveness, I mean, it's like this is his spot. He can't go back, though. So we're looking just currently at, yeah, he's so greedy and selfish. He doesn't want other people there because he has to defend himself and this space from other people. What I find really weird here is like I need to be greedy and selfish about this. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to be selfish. I can't let other people. The other challenge here, though, is like, look at this. This is like a genie. I haven't really ever looked at this. But what I see here is like I almost saw this originally here. Well, not originally, but just now. It's like this is like a camel. And there's like these people who are trying to come and take the prized possessions or whatever he's got located here. Did like he bury like Sure, it could, people could be like, oh, it's maybe a body, but like, did he bury something that he valued a lot here, that he wants to just keep for himself? Because what I'm also seeing here with the Seven of Wands, it's like this is someone who's like meditation, staying in their center, but also look at the space behind them. It's like they're in a spot. This is their space. I have to protect this space. I can't go back. I can't disturb their spot. What's going on? What's going for him though is that he's obsessed about this spot. He's so obsessed. Here in the past, Ace of Cups, I've emotionally detached from it, but in here in the future, the Page of Swords reversed. So has he ever talked about like having a daughter or like a child that he just, that's a young energy, the Page of Swords. That's all about misdirection. We're never going to find out where this actually is. Again, has he ever told us where this spot actually was? Because it's like he doesn't want people there. Also, I'm looking at this Ten of Wands, hopes and fears. It's like, I'm leaving this path. I'm leaving this mountain. I'm leaving this direction behind. So it's like he's possessive over the spot because it's his spot. Okay, so what did he actually leave behind there? Because now I'm curious. This is super weird. I was not expecting it to go in this direction. I was going to be like, oh, it's just something that like people joked about, and then it turned into something, and I'm like, there's something here. What did he leave? Like, what's the object or thing that he left behind? Because there's something he left behind and it's like, I don't want to ruin that. It's not the space. It's not the landscape that he wants to protect. What did he leave behind? What did he leave behind, y'all? Let's take a look. What did he leave behind? Oh boy. This is weird. There's things falling out the bottom. Things are falling out the bottom. What did he leave behind? What did he leave behind? The Five of Swords. A situation he can't win from and the other person can't win from. It's the Five of Swords. It's like this is a lose-lose situation. Why is this the Ace of Pentacles? This would destroy me. Financial, it's a huge loss. Huge loss of something where it was a lose-lose situation. I'm a more balanced person now. My fear is I wouldn't get away with what was left behind. What did he leave behind? Because y'all, there's a young girl here that keeps popping up. I don't know who this is. I don't know what this is. This could be just a young girl. This could be someone who's like in their late teens. But what I get here is someone who's studious. But was there a missing persons report that people were just like, yeah, it just was around the Navy. It was just around the Air Force Base, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, she went hiking. Yeah, there's something here. And it's like, we can't. What was left behind? It was either a book or clothes or evidence or something, maybe a person. The other challenge here is living in the present and not seeing the illusions or other things. He has not been able to essentially walk away. Or it's like he's walked away from the situation, but it's like he's looking in the mirror and he's having to look at himself in the mirror every day. And I think he did. Because the challenge here was looking himself in the mirror for what he left behind and what he did. What's going for him? People knew him. He expressed himself in a different way. People really didn't know the true him. Here in the past, the Four of Pentacles, this could be a person, a place, a thing. He left something behind of monetary value. It feels like either monetary value or something that was very physical nature. And here in the future, the Six of Wands. I don't know if we're going to know about this, but with the Six of Wands, it's like he gained his own success. After he left this behind, whatever he left behind there, he was able to gain his own success. He was able to stay on the stage. Was he married at this time? I'm hearing no, but like, was there someone that he was maybe potentially seeing at the, like, in like his, like during his time at the Air Force Base, that if he was married at the time, it was like kind of under the table? Because what this feels like to me, going back to the pregnancy card at the beginning of this reading, with the Empress reversed, was there something going on with him and maybe another girl, and he might have gotten a girl pregnant, and at that time it's like, I can't have a baby, so we might have gone and done things to let that part of us go behind because we just couldn't at that time. That's what I'm seeing. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all want me to do more deep dive into this, let me know. I think it was pretty clear, at least from this reading, what's going on in my perspective. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, website link down below. Otherwise, YouTube members, $3 a month, access to videos like this early, exclusive content, members lives, and a bunch of cool discounts and the such for everything. So if y'all are interested in any of that, feel free. Description at the end. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So bye.